Today we're going to be doing a hypothesis test using chi-square. Our sample question here is about Pokemon cards. I'll just read the question quickly for you. An avid Pokemon card collector has purchased 100 random cards off an auction website. He expects that 30% of the cards will be evolved Pokemon, 60% will be basic Pokemon, and 10% will be secret rare cards. At a significance level of 5%, is his assumption correct? So the first thing we're going to do is state our null and alternative. Our null will be, is the observed equal to the expected? And our alternative will be, the observed is not equal to the expected. Next, we're going to write down our significance level and determine our degrees of freedom. Now, chi-square, the degrees of freedom is k minus 1. Because we have 3 different types, we're going to have 2 as our degrees of freedom. Next, we're going to state our chi critical value. So based on the table over on the right, based on 2 degrees of freedom and 5% significance level, our chi crit value is 5.991. Our step 4, we will say that if the chi-squared sample is greater than our chi-squared crit, we will reject the null hypothesis. Now we're going to determine our chi-squared sample. So first, based on the 100 sample, we'll determine our expected column by taking the 100 cards and timesing it by 30, 60, and 10% respectively. And the expected column should also equal to 100, just to double check you're on the right path. Next, we're going to determine the chi-square column based on the chi-square formula, which we'll bring up. You can just plug in these numbers for each row. frequency observed minus frequency expected to the power of 2, and then divided by frequency expected. So once you have those all calculated, you can sum those values. And that will be your chi-squared sample statistic. So because our chi-square sample is 19.58, which is much larger than our critical chi-square crit number, we will definitely reject the null. Our conclusion, based on this sample, we might conclude that the assumption about the Pokemon cards was not correct.